we start the sound of like sirens in the background.
Sorry, y'all.
Welcome to Baltimore.
Anyway, welcome to the Cosmere Reads for episode 27. Good times. Yeah, so Elendo's here live from downtown Baltimore, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
More.
Rooftop deck in Baltimore. Sirens in the background. Yes.
Love it.
It's Baltimore.
What can you do?
Any city, really. I mean, you always hear sirens in any city. It's not.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that my headphones are picking it up though, because typically the mic doesn't pick up everything, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Well, sounds good. So a few quick announcements. First off, one, we are doing a giveaway right now on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. So if you go check out our Cosmere Reads profile on Twitter, there is a chance to win a Cosmere book. So go check it out. The drawing will be on the 10th, so November 10th. So got 5 days to enter to win. That's one announcement. Other announcements, yeah, I think that's it. That just a giveaway. I'm trying to think, like the Wolverines, we got nothing going on there. We're recording on Tuesday, but other than that, yeah, still going strong. Got everything for Jordan Con. You guys, I know the hotel room is booking up pretty fast from what I hear. So I don't know if you guys wanted to get a room or what's going on there. I think I shared the link with you guys. But if the block is booked or whatever, when you go to that link, you can always call the hotel and they'll usually honor the price. So anyway, nice. And that's for anyone listening too that wants to go to Jordan Con. They usually will honor the price. You might not get in the same area of the hotel that the rest of the block is, but you'll get the same price. So cool. Yeah, Jordan Con, April. It's coming sooner than we think. So anyway, good deal. Anything else? I think that's it. As far as like new news in my life, I got nothing really going on. I've been doing a lot of YouTube video editing and things like that. So maybe got some new videos that might come out soon. If I'm feeling like it, might delete. We'll see. But other than that, I got nothing. You guys anything got good for the good cause before we jump in? Had some good football games today. I know Elondo, you went there to watch a football game, right? So
yeah, I watched the Ravens Seahawks game. Hawks versus Hawks, right? So yeah. Didn't work out so well in my favor. That's all right though.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
still a fun day though, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime you can come out, hang out with some friends, watch some football. I mean, NFL is much more exciting in person than it is on TV.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one professional sport. I don't think I've ever been to an NFL game.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
No, I don't think I have.
I watch the Seahawks when they come to the East Coast anytime.
Yeah.
And they never play the Ravens. It's like once every 5 or 6 years they play the Ravens. So it worked out well. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I've been to baseball games and I've been to hockey games and basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, never. I don't think I've been in the NFL. So. I'm
gonna tell you right now, the other one I would highly recommend if you get an opportunity to check it out. It's a good soccer game, MLS soccer game.
Yeah, I haven't been to. I've been to like minor league soccer games, but never like pro soccer.
Yeah, go MLS. You'll love it, dude. It's always a blast.
Dude, if I want to go soccer, I'm just going to England to Premier League and just go to one of those games. That'd be fun. Those games are ridiculous.
Yeah, they are. But MLS games are great too, especially if it's like a team. Of course, now that Messi is playing for Miami. Yeah, it brings like crazy amounts of fanatics out. So always an option.
And I say I've been to a NBA game. The last time I went to an NBA game, I'm going to date myself. It was the Washington Bullets. So not even the Wizards. It was the Bullets.
Right. All right.
And I wasn't there to watch the Bullets. I was there to watch the team they were playing. The team they were playing was the Chicago Bulls, and it might have been Jordan and Pippen.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, I was a kid.
That's the heyday. That was the heyday.
That was the last NBA game I went to.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So Rodman not there?
I think Rodman was there too.
Nice.
I think it was during
There you
that
go.
yeah,
That trio, right?
that trio. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, good deal. Well, if anything else is going on, thanks everybody for showing up and remembering the time since we switched clocks.
Yeah.
Always fun. It's always the good joke I give that everyone gets an hour of sleep except for parents because my kids don't understand the clock's moving, so they wake up at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So
Parents
I'm like,
get
I
no
get to
extra
sleep
time.
in. No, I don't get to sleep in.
No.
No,
No. Kids do not understand.
nope. No, it take a couple of days for them to adjust properly. So it is
Uh-huh.
what it is. All
Right.
right. Let's jump right into part 4, knives. Yeah. So what do you think about the name of the section, knives? No,
I didn't know it's the name of the section.
Yeah, this part. Do you think it's gonna be bloody?
But it doesn't say that in the audiobook what this section's called. It just says like part 4 or whatever. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that until you just said it.
Yeah.
So
Right there. Knives.
okay, cool.
Yeah. So getting right into it, I guess where we left off last time was Penrod being elected, and I asked you guys, do you think Pinyard is working with Mr. Strathventure? And you're like, no, that's too on the nose.
Yeah. It was
You're like, the way Alan said it, it has to be a
yeah,
false
sure
flag.
enough.
Well, maybe sometimes I actually say the right thing. Just distraction.
Yeah, this guy.
Misdirection. I love it. So we're in Strathventure's point of view, I guess, for this. And he's riding with his boy Billy Zane. And it is kind of a icy conversation we start with. Strath kind of pissed off at Zane because like this whole thing with trying to kill everybody didn't work out the way that Strath wanted to work out. / was Zane trying to actually it hints that he actually was doing it to kind of get at his father, just kill off some of the Alamancers.
Right. Who were his basically half brothers.
Right.
Which you find out after the fact. I'm like, oh shoot, he sent his own like kin to death,
Right.
basically. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's pissed. He's like, yeah, Venture and Set still live. Like, and some of my best Alamancers are dead too. Like this is a complete disaster.
Yeah.
And Zane's just like, meh. Yeah, he doesn't seem to care. And he has, of course, the voice in his head the entire time going on. So any thoughts from all this or anything that popped out to you guys?
I don't know. This whole thing about, some of Strath's kids being Alamancers, it really makes me suspect there's a possibility Elend has got some capabilities we're not aware of or something. So I don't know. I'm like, I feel like he might be hiding something. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe it's legit. He has no capabilities because he's always really shocked by the stuff that Vin does. But right now, I'm still kind of like wondering. I'm like, is there a possibility he's got some capability that he's not letting anybody into?
Right.
It's possible, So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
The dynamic between Zane and Lord Strath is just, it continues to develop in a crazy way because obviously Zane's really unstable and Strath is he's getting older and like he's losing control more and more. So the he's dependent on Zane more so than Zane's dependent on him. It's almost like Zane is just sticking around because it's his dad and he doesn't know any better. He's also, just batshit crazy. So it just feels like at any moment Zane could just take Lord Strath down. And he knows that. So there's this sense of fear coming from Lord Strath whenever Zane's around, especially when he's like, looking to the side and like muttering words to himself like a lunatic.
Yeah.
I'm just interested to see how that develops. I mean, I could see Zane taking out his dad at any point in time. So
Yeah.
I kind of like
Yeah.
watching that because Straff's just such a bad dude, and Zane's been through a lot of stuff. He's got good in him, but he's also just really unstable. So I'm kind of cheering for Zane a little bit because
Okay.
he's helping Vin out, right? He hasn't killed her yet, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
a weird dynamic too. The fact that this whole thing about Strath being like, "Yeah, you're trying to kill me," and it's like so obvious that he's trying to kill him, and then he's like got to like always like run to the cupboard of magic potions to save himself after every dinner or whatever interaction with Zane.
Right.
That's weird. But then
Yeah.
on the flip side, like Strath is like megalomaniacal and just got all kinds of issues there. So the two of them, match made in heaven, basically, father and son of
Yeah.
insanity.
Yeah.
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 Different types of insanity, but still, I
Yeah.
mean, they're lockstep in the world of crazy loons, right? So,
Yeah, Straff is definitely like Machiavellian, and Zane's just like Caligula.
Caligula. Yeah.
Caligula.
I know you're doing it. Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So as the procession goes, they're kind of wading through, I guess, through the mist, and out of the mist comes a man on horseback, accompanied by 50 soldiers, and it's Penrod. And they greet, and Penrod kind of says, "Yeah, your men did well. I'm glad they didn't have to, kill your son. He's bad king, but good lad." And of course, Strauss is like, "All right, moving on. You ready to deliver the city?" And you find out that they actually had a whole deal about everything, and that's how they were able to sway some of the vote, was that Penrod's going to turn over the city to Straff.
Right.
Yeah. So
he's got him under his thumb.
Mhm.
It really quickly shifted. I mean, Penrod, still technically is in power,
right?
But he walks up to Straff, and Straff's like, "Yeah, so you ready to do this thing? Like, you're still my bitch."
Yeah. He even says, like, he even tells Penrod, he's like, "Yeah, I'll even let you keep that crown on your head. Just make me emperor of the whole entire world, and I'll have kings underneath me, and you can be king. That's fine. I don't care."
Right. Like, I can't remember the term he uses, but it's not. It's what did he use? It wasn't king. It was like a different term he used, like sovereign or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, okay, yeah, sure, you got these subjugated royalty under you or something, or whatever it was.
Right.
Don't spend time looking it up. It's just like, but it was so obvious that he was like, yeah, sure, just trust me.
Oh, he says rule as subject king under me.
Yeah. Subject king, there it was. Yeah. It's like I was like, good God, that's terrible. Subject king? Do you want to be subject king? Sounds like basically peasant lord. It's like, no, don't be a subject king. Yeah.
And the reports on Vin, apparently, that she fell afterwards, but was not killed.
Right.
And Straff even asked, like, "Hey, could you slip her something, maybe? Since you guys are feeding her." And Penrod's like, "I don't think that's a good idea. Like, the constitution of Mistborn's. Like, she probably survive anything I give her, and then it just would be game on when she's better." So,
right.
Yeah. And Penrod's like, "Yeah, you don't have to fear her. She's nothing." And all Straff can think about is like what she did to him, and like draining his emotions, and like how she's like, yeah, she's a lot more powerful. Don't underestimate her.
Mm-hmm.
That really messed with him.
Mm-hmm. And then they shift to talking about the Koloss coming, and he's like, "Have you seen what a Koloss army does?" Like, yeah, you have to look at that as well. Mm-hmm. And reassures him also that Vin won't attack you, not simply votes to give you command of the city. If the transfer is legal, Elend won't allow it, and she does whatever Elend says. Is basically what Penrod said.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about it. As long as it's legal, Elend will take the moral high road. Yeah,
sure.
Emperor. I don't know if he used the word emperor. He used something. Do you guys have that in front of you?
Oh no, yes. No. The term was subject king. Terra.
Yeah.
So thank you for trying. But yeah, it
Yeah.
was definitely Subject King. Whatever. I just remembered that whatever the term was, it was very.
Right.
I feel like it was a little disrespectful, the phrase that was used, and so yeah, Subject King was definitely the thing that like stuck out in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Where the moment I heard it, I was like, oh god damn, that sounds serious. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, but he
I
said,
mean,
yeah, Strauss' quote was, for a long time that this land didn't have kings.
Right.
It had something greater. And now that the Lord Ruler paused, but I can be an emperor. And you can keep your crown and rule as such a king. So yeah, he did say
Yeah.
he could be
He
emperor.
did say emperor. You're right. He did.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking about the phrase where he was used for like all the
Sure.
underlings. It was
Yeah.
that Subject King thing, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be no Subject King.
Yeah,
No.
definitely. Yeah. So after all of that, that's when I guess Penrod leaves, retreats, and and Zane and them start to talk more because Zane's sitting right there through all this. And that's where Zane's just like, I'm surprised you lasted this long, Dad. And he's like, what do you mean? He goes, the poison. I'm surprised you're even still standing. Like,
Oh my God. Roll eyes on this. He's like, first of all, the fact that he ingests anything in the presence of his son is stupid. I mean, look, this dynamic is just crazy weird. It's the most dysfunctional thing I think I've ever seen. It's like, hey, Dad, every time I'm around you, I'll do your bidding, but I'm also going to try and kill you at the same time. And I dare you to eat or drink anything near me. And Dad's like, hey, I know you're trying to kill me. I'm going to eat and drink everything you give me because I have to immediately run to the cupboard of like mystery, and hopefully I can eat the thing, the Bezoar from like Harry Potter that's going to cure the poison. It's like, what is the weirdest dynamic? So
yeah. Well, he takes off running on his horse, and a soldier puts a spear at him, knows who he is, and he runs the guy over.
He runs him over, even though he pulled the spear away. He was like,
runs him down.
Too late. He runs him down.
Yeah. So yeah, he calls for his little mistress, and to get his antidote. And she arrives, starts mixing the antidote, and all his last thought is, Zane has to die.
Like, I mean, this guy's probably been poisoned. Let's just assume tens of times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why was this the one? He's like, gosh darn it! Now this is the time he almost got me. How dare he? Why would you be like the first time and be like, he's got to go?
Yeah.
He's like, the first time, shame on you, but the 21st time, shame on me.
Gives him a lot of second chances. He's a good dad, all right?
Second chances. Try 20 second chances.
Good dad. He lets him screw up and lets him keep on coming back.
Right. I'll forgive you for stabbing me in the scrotum this time, but next time. The dynamic's so weird. Yeah.
But yep. So do you think Straff's going to be able to kill Zane? Do you think Straff's going to take the city? Do you think the Colossus Army is going to get in the way? What are your thoughts at this point? Like after this chapter?
Will, what are your thoughts? I'm gonna let Will go. I don't really know at that point.
Just through this chapter, I mean, they still have to like actually make the shift. So right now, the city, well, most of the city, probably some of the assembly knows there's going to be a change from Penrod to Straff, but I mean, they've got to like make that shift. So there's a lot of like legal legwork that has to be done. So I mean, they still have an uphill battle. Like Set still has his army in the city, right? So, it's just there's so many. Then the Colossus Army, like I already said. So I mean, there's still like, it's not going to be an easy transition, right? If he does get in there, so
yeah. And he does mention as well. I breezed over this and we didn't talk about it, but it talks about the ATM stores and how there is none. And Straff's still convinced. He's like, I mind them. I know how much we brought into the city.
Yeah, that was an interesting concept.
We brought in a ton of it. It doesn't make sense that there's none there. Like,
yeah. So now I'm really thinking that there actually is some based on some of the things that were said, but it just that it hasn't been discovered yet. I don't know
Yeah,
where it is, uh,
sure.
but I mean it. You got to think about how much time it has taken. Now I know they're not mining a lot of it because I mean that was already explored in the last book, right? When
Hmm.
they find some, it's like really small, like
Right.
nugget kind of things. But still, they've been doing it for like a long time. And there was this thing about you would get killed if you didn't mine. You know, if
Right.
you're like one of the workers out in the mine, you didn't mine enough in like a week or so. So
Yeah.
think about that. Either one of two things happen. You have dead bodies on dead bodies, or they had been mining it, they had been collecting it, and whatever location they're storing at is so crazy secure and secret that it's going to take some time for them to figure it out.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
still not
that's cool though.
convinced that it's not in those little pouches that the Koloss wear. Like
Mm.
even not reading ahead, like we still don't know what's in those pouches. And I'm curious. I don't remember what Justice and his family's role was in the city, but I feel like it had something to do with like shipping and logistics or something like that. So I'm
Okay.
wondering if somehow Justice has a clue as to where it is, and maybe he's paying the Koloss with ATM, and they're just too stupid to know how valuable it is. So
Yeah, I got thoughts on that when we get there. But we'll get there, you
yeah,
know, at the end of chapter 42, I think it is. Yeah. But I got some thoughts.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing those.
Yeah.
You have good thoughts.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So moving on to chapter 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, so chapter 40, Vin wakes up in the hospital bed. Ellen's right there. And he pretty much just immediately tells her, like, yeah, Penrod's king now. Set lost the vote. So did I. So Penrod's now the king. And when Vin goes to touch him, he flinches, which all she can think about is, oh, let me bash on myself some more. Woe is me. He disgusts me. He's disgusted of me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and this sounds like two teenagers that basically are like so insecure about their situation and
Mhm.
they just don't, you know, he's like, I don't think he's gonna like me because he's seen me do stuff, and he's like, I don't think she's gonna like me because I'm not as strong as she is, and
Mhm.
it's gonna
Yeah.
probably end up being this unfortunate situation where it's very Shakespearean. I'll just leave it at that. So,
Yeah.
I find it
Well,
interesting.
yeah. But you know, it doesn't help either that Vin hears Reed's voice again in her head, like, he will abandon you. He's gonna
Yeah,
leave you.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. Yep. It is what it is. Also, Ellen does tell Vin that Osir has a new body, and he comes in, and he's another puppy.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be he was gonna come in and be like some like chiseled dude or something. You know, he's gonna change up like bodies and like be, you know, he's gonna like
No,
level up.
no,
As much as this guy protested being a
a dog.
dog before, he went right back to it again. I was like, nice.
But
You
he's a
know.
good boy. Once you're a good boy, you're always a
Mm,
good boy.
mm,
Such a good boy.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Ellen leaves. Vin goes back to sleep. When she wakes up, she knows someone else is in the room. Well, first she notices that the window's open. Like
Right.
and she's like looks around real fast in the corner. She sees someone else, and she's like, "Oh crap, it's Zane."
Well, first she thinks it's Elend,
Right.
which is the first time she's made that mistake of thinking they're similar. But and it was the first time it reminded me, yeah, these guys are half brothers. I mean, there's got to be some similarities there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't
Yeah.
occur to me until just now. I was like, oh, you know, this whole love triangle thing that I have said is like really manufactured. There could be
Yeah.
some reality in it because it could be the subtleties of how they're like actually similar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry, or their features are similar that actually make some subtleties that, you know, of attraction based on
Right.
that. And it didn't even occur to me until that moment where she's like, she thought it was like for a half second, she thought it was Ellen. And I was like, oh, maybe that's the reason why there's a possibility of a love triangle here, is because that that glimpse of familiarity.
Yeah. That's it's always interesting when you get sibling love triangles. That's it makes for very messy love triangles. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. It sounds like taboo porn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zane's there. She says flatly, Zane.
Zane.
Zane. And Zane kind of chides her a little bit. It's like, yeah, you sleep too soundly. You're a mistborn. You're supposed to, be more alert than this. I should be able to sneak up on you even if you are hurt. She's like, yeah, whatever. And she thinks at first, like, is he trying to kill me? And then she thinks better. She's like, well, I was sleeping. If he would have killed me in my sleep if he had every chance to. Obviously, he's not going to try to kill me. And she tried to ask him, like, what's your game? Like, why are you here? Yeah. And he immediately goes in saying that, no, it wasn't strapped to the assassins. It was set. What do you think about this misdirection? Like, why do you think Zane would do this?
I don't know. I mean, everything he does is suspect, obviously, because he doesn't seem like he's in his right mind, right? Oh, damn, dude. Nice.
It's always awkward when my sister and I had a crush on the same guy growing up. Oh, yeah, that's a...
And for some reason, obviously, it's always different when it's like, two girls after one guy versus like one guy after like, anyway, I track.
Or you know what? No.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, but the misdirection thing is odd, but I mean everything he does is suspect because he's crazy. Or is he?
Crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so we did some assessment. Set did it, and Vin thinks about it and goes, well, that makes sense. If Set was trying to, I mean, it does make sense political move for Set to do it, and then make sure he's safe or whatever to make it seem like someone else was. And the assassins that attacked Set were all normal men, no Elementers. So she kind of buys this whole farce. That was Set that did it. Yeah.
And she's probably more likely to buy it because she wants to have less reason, I think, subconsciously to like have a problem with Zane and Straff because of this love triangle as well. And that's probably why Zane's maybe manufacturing it as well, just to cause less conflict between him and Vin.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, Zane has a thing for Vin. That's 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, and then Zane even offers Vin a gift. It's like, here, have some ATM. The assassins might come back. It's good if you have ATM. And she's like, you're just gonna give me this? And he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna give you a little ATM. Keep yourself safe. That's what he says. And then he leaves. So yeah.
Always suspect. This guy, everything he does, suspect.
Yeah. And then we get to actually my favorite part of this chapter, where it's later after this, where Osir comes in to visit Vin and with his new dog host body, and we get a whole lot more talk.
So, wait, that's right, because earlier in the chapter, it wasn't that Osir was there. It was
El just told him.
Right. He just right. But so now this is the part where he actually walks in.
Right.
Because he gave the the base information. He's like, he's getting more. He's getting. Look at the bones. He's getting more bones. And By the way, I'm wearing my my Killer Rabbit of Karabaranag shirt from
I need
the Holy Grail.
I need to get that button. I need to get the look at the bones.
Look at the bones. That's right.
Look at the bones.
Yeah. So, but now it's like real. So now he like walks in and she's like, "Oh shoot, you're a dog." He's like, "Or not," that kind of thing. And so it was.
Do you think Osir talks like? Do you think Oseer talks like Scooby Doo? Like, roar, roar.
So I'm in the audiobook, so I don't even get to like really like have like a lot of like a wild imagination. It's always like it's got a little grumble to it. It's like I like Tang and my orange juice, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So no Scooby Doo thoughts in your head?
I wish I could, but no, I'm ruined because of audiobook.
The Michael Kramer. Yeah, okay. That works. That works.
He's great though. I mean, don't you get me wrong.
Oh, yeah,
but
he's fantastic.
Yeah, but he's always got the grumble rumble,
Retro. So yeah, but right here we get like a lot of information about contracts. She asked him about breaking the contract, and he's like, "No, I didn't break the contract." And he explains it a little bit more that you can't kill. And we talked about this last time. I asked you guys if you thought he broke the contract, and you guys were like, "No, he didn't." So you guys already figured that out. But yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I didn't kill him. I wasn't going to." It's like, "What if it had been an accident?" And she even asked him about that. It's like, "Well, then I would have to go back to my people and be punished."
Yeah.
But it's only if the injury leads to death, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But even then, he was like,
if it was a willful act that led to a death, things like go back and like pay penance by basically going before the council of Conjure elves and swinging on the rafters. I assume. I don't know. We don't know what happens. I mean, because how does the death happen with them? A lot of questions. We'll find out, I'm sure. So.
Yeah. Well, so then she starts pushing a little further about the contract. It's like, well, like why would you still make contracts with men? Like if soldiers can't hurt you, like why would you care? Like about like why are you fearful of men? And he says you have allomancy, and she's like, so allomancy can kill you? And he says no. I mean, I can't, but perhaps we should change the topic. Like I don't want to talk anymore.
He's giving away all the secrets.
She's like trying to figure it out, and they talk a little bit about that they learn about Conjure theology, that the Lord Ruler was, their father in their religion and everything like that. The Lord Ruler created us. Tells her all that. We are his children.
Yeah.
And says, I killed your father. He goes, he's like, yeah, it's a little bit complex.
Yeah, he's like kinda. He's always, always not really quite confirming, but kind of confirming stuff.
Yeah. He's like, and she even asks, he's like, like, were you around for this? Like, how old are you? And he goes, old. He goes, like, older than Kelsier? She's like, yeah, much older than Kelsier.
Wait, the fact that that's like her measuring stick is.
It's a 40-year-old guy.
If you're older than Kelsier, basically you are
you're ancient.
You're Methuselah, right? If you're younger than Kelsier, then basically you're kind of like in the I don't know, the contemporary generation.
Right.
But of course, that's not like something a young person would say who's like in their 16s, 17s, 18s,
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. He says he doesn't remember the ascension. Right. And she even asks, why are you telling me all this? And he goes, because your original question. Why do we serve the contract? Yeah, they go through that. And then this is like kind of where they talk about that, Father took little thought of the contract from the 2nd century of the Ascension. We tried to be independent for a time. Mankind resented us, feared us. They eventually chose voluntary servitude as opposed to forced slavery. So she's like, she's still trying to figure out. She's like, so why is that a big deal? And then she's like, maybe if I burn some bronze and try to feel for pulses or do something or use emotional allomancy and try to do a little soothing. She's like, that's not working. Maybe if I burn Duralum and like shove it at him. And she does, and he immediately like howls out in pain. And she's like, yeah, interesting.
Wait, for a moment she's like interesting, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "Geez, I mean, that's rough." I mean, she's like, let's see if this does anything. Oops, sorry, I almost killed you. I'm like,
And he even
cool
comments
thing.
like he's like, she's a lot stronger than most Mistborns that's been around. Like that it's been years since he's had something strong. Like
he's kind of questioning like how did you affect me? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
this chick,
I just thought about like Dobby from Harry Potter.
Yeah. Does he
Nice.
sock? Is a sock right? Yeah.
No,
I thought about
he's so sensitive,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
and like they have a history of manipulating and probably like abusing these Khandra, right? And like this is the first one he's ever like started to trust, and then she does this shit, and he's like, "You motherfucker! God damn it!"
Nice. The whole time I was reading this part, all I thought about was Hagrid from Harry Potter. When he said in the very first movie, he was like, "I shouldn't have told you that." That's like I don't
told you that.
I shouldn't have told you that. I feel like it's all he kept saying was like, "Oh wait, I should have told you that."
Yeah.
So my question is, if she is trying to push emotions on him and then hurts him, does that mean
emotional damage?
Oh, all day long. That clip is the win, by the way, all day long. I love it so much.
There's a lot of emotional damage going on in this book.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep replaying that every chapter.
You can. You basically just make it the background of the whole
clicking that
thing.
button over and over again? Every 5 seconds.
Chapter 41.
Emotional.
What are your thoughts? Emotional damage. Hey, Londo, what do you think about emotional damage?
And in walks Billy Zane.
Emotional damage.
All the time. This whole book is just one
Billy
big
Zane,
emotional damage.
aka emotionally damaged.
Yes,
Mhm.
100%. So yeah, she says sorry to to Osir. So I saved my life, nearly broke his contract. Now I do this to him, is what she thinks. And Osir just shrugs. It is done. I need rest. I suggest you do the same. And we end this chapter.
Right.
So yeah, we learned a lot about Khandra in here. One that elementary does affect them in some kind of way. Two, you do learn that they're not immortal, so they can be killed. But he doesn't get into how. Yeah.
Also,
and they did not exist before the Lord Ruler's Ascension.
But it seems like this was a turning point where we realized that Osir is like willing to kind of bend the rules a little bit and can kind of protect in a way.
Yep.
Instead of just being like the meat sleeve with vials inside of him, like you can actually play offense a little bit.
Meat sleeve, meat bag,
meat sack.
Yeah. Meat sack.
Yeah.
It's just a great combination of words.
Yeah. The visuals in my head are like.
You're welcome.
Well, I think also, I mean, like Vin's probably one of the first people that are maybe the first, because Osir's obviously pretty old, but he hasn't really liked many humans at all. And I think he's kind of warming up to Vin in his own way. Like there's some form, I don't want to call it respect, but I don't know the right word for it.
Meat pockets.
Oh, geez, man, that's even worse. Come on now.
Hot pockets.
Sausage. Just call them skin pockets to be done with it, please.
Pockets.
What about like a skin
skin
sleeve?
Stank sleeve.
Oh, stank sleeve. The visuals.
Sorry, Alan. What was your question?
Now, was it? Yeah, wasn't this the chapter that we kind of get the inclination that both the Kolos and the Khandra are creations of the Lord Ruler, or was that in the next chapter or something? I feel like it was right in this chapter.
This one? Yep, it's this one.
Yeah, where it's so basically it's like he's created these two races, right?
Mhm.
Now it's so odd though. Why? What was the purpose of creating these two races?
Hmm.
We really don't quite know that, and that's the thing that's got me more intrigued. Uh, I'm I'm intrigued about the whole mist thing. He did something to get rid of the mist, and the fact he's gone, the mists are coming back, right? So there's some deadliness to it. The the Kandra nor the Kolos have anything to do with getting rid of the mist. So they had a different purpose. What was the purpose of their creation? Unless he was trying to create this like super subservient, races that would like follow him, without any questioning whatsoever. So I got a question about that. And then we still don't know what did help him get rid of the mists. It's not these races of species of animals or creatures or whatever you want to call them. So it was something else. So it's like, what did he do? So I've got like all the questions right now. I was kind of thinking this was all going to kind of come back full circle and like all connect, but now I've got more questions than I did before.
Raphael.
That's-
I can't answer
that's
any of
get out
your
of-
questions.
Of course not, man. This is the stuff that's going through my head. I don't expect anybody to answer. Not expecting you guys to, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But at this point in time in the series that we are, that's definitely the things that are like forefront of my mind. Whatever it was he was doing to get rid of the mist, though, I'm still like, what gets rid of mist, right? And I only think about this because
I like Zill's comment here. The two races are unique to this world, and I really like learning about them. Not your average fantasy creatures. No, they're not.
cool. Yeah, they're not even close. Yeah, they are so unique.
It's not a
Um,
troll and an elf. That's your normal fantasy type stuff.
Yeah, like an orc or something like that.
Yeah.
That you like read about, like
Sure.
all the Fellowship of the Rings and all that.
Yeah.
And with the mist thing, the reason why the mist thing is like been really intriguing to me, I think about this because I biked to the gym yesterday, and it was like foggy out, which is weird. It's like it's always when it's like kind of warm, kind of cold, there's enough moisture, et cetera, and it just like was like floating along the along the terrain, and in some instances it was higher than where I was, depending on the elevation when I was biking, and in some instances it was like on the same level as me, and I couldn't like even see through it at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, what gets rid of fog? And the only thing that gets rid of fog / mist is getting rid of the humidity or adding a lot of heat. So is this guy just sitting out, like basically just like convection ovening everything, like fire? And I don't know what he was doing, but that I'm super intrigued by this, right? And how did he do it strongly enough for it to affect the mist everywhere? That's got me. Yeah.
So I'm gonna share this just because it's awesome. When I was in Malaysia, there's a place in Cameron Highlands called the Misty Forest. And it's up in the mountains. Let me see if I can find a picture, because it's pretty cool. Here we go, share. So it's constantly like, because the way that you see that.
Yes, you're right. That's the way I think
this
of mist. Yeah.
This is not as good a picture as some of the other ones I've seen. It's just the first one I can find real fast. But like, because it's on mountains, like oftentimes you'll see like where like different little hills will be on top, and then you go down into the clouds and you come back up, and like two people can be like 20 feet apart, and there's like a valley between you, and like there's just, it looks like you're on little islands on top of the clouds.
Right.
Like, it's really cool.
Yeah. But what would get rid of that mist? There's only two things that can get rid of mist as far as I can think of, right? You remove the humidity, or you have to like create not just heat, but either cold extremes would also get rid of a mist, right? So if it was super cold, because there's no such thing as mist in like sub-freezing temperatures, not that kind of mist anyway, because it's at that point in time it would crystallize and fall, so it's not going to like float. So I'm super intrigued by this. So
I'm just to add on to that with the humidity and adding heat to get rid of mist. Like in the first book, it seemed like every other chapter there was mention of the ash falling from the sky in some form or fashion. And I feel like in this book, it hasn't been nearly as common to be mentioned. Now, it was mentioned in these chapters later on, but maybe there's a correlation between the there's some of the, if you look on the map, there's like a few like, are they volcanoes or
ash mounts? Yeah,
ash mounts.
They're called ash mounts. Yeah.
So maybe there's a correlation there, and for whatever reason, the downfall of the Lord Ruler has stopped as much production of ash, and therefore the mist is kind of creeping back in.
And then there's a possibility too, if whatever is allowing the mist to come back is meaning there's more humidity or less heat, which means that things could start growing again. So yeah, now plants can grow again the way they did before, but that also means the mist can come back. There can be a correlation there too. So so if like in this book they start saying, "Oh, look, there's like a green plant or something," I mean that could happen. So
yeah,
man, you might be onto something, Will. I like it.
Yeah.
So if the Lord Ruler was trying to, let's assume the deepness was the mist. So we're going to assume that because that's what we're talking about.
Sure.
If the Lord Ruler was, like when he first ascended, was trying to destroy the mist, like you were talking about, right? You would have to do a vast heat exchange or change humidity, right?
Right.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that up. Cool.
Oh no, that's definitely what we're thinking. Yes.
All right. Awesome. Also, what does Will think about the choices? Yeah.
I was, I haven't gone too deep, but I was kind of on a similar line of thought as Alando, like the Colas. Well, starting with the Khandra, I mean, they both seem like they were created to be subservient in some form or fashion. I'm still fascinated with the Colas and how, they grow and grow and grow, and their skin splits or sags and all that, and then they just go, AWOL and just start ripping their next person up, and they're just fighting willy-nilly. I mean, they just seem like total brutes that don't really have a brain, don't think logically, and they could just be, I kind of associate them to like orcs in Lord of the Ring, where they're just made for damage and destruction.
Okay.
Then the Khandra, they're also subservient, but they're a little more civilized, but they're could also be used for, spying and getting intel and all sorts of things. And, I don't know if it was this chapter or the next one but they get into the lore with the Ascension, and it's like something happened with Rashik when, he gains the power and just creates all this stuff. It seems like they were created to keep him in power. I mean, it's like he just created everything. He just went wild and just created whatever the hell he wanted. And like, those were the best things he could think of. That's as far as I've gotten with those, but I'm really interested to learn more. So
cool.
Yeah. You guys ready for 41?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess there was another question too. Someone says, what's the difference between mist and fog? I already answered that. Yeah. One's setting on my hose, the other one's not. So chapter 41. We're back with Sazed and Tingewell. They're hanging out some more, doing their thing.
We don't know what that thing was, but there were hands on hands.
Oh, we know what that thing was.
Your boxing is the best.
Shit! I gave you an opening. Damn it!
Oh, really? What they're doing is they're. I think you did. They're going
That's
over
what she
the middle.
said.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Michael, please.
I got a button for that too.
Sorry, everybody.
All right. Anyways, so yeah, they're going over the metal plate and from the conventicle of Suren and Elendi's logbook and kind of try to compare notes. And they're just confused about a lot of it because it kind of contradicts itself a lot. And Sazed is really just confused by how it's not lining up perfectly. It's confused. Why did Quan oppose Elendi taking power of the Well Ascension to defeat the deepness? Sazed reads the rubbings to Tangela and says there's something wrong, and they can't just figure it out. Like, it just none of it makes sense. Like, why Condra sent Rashik to kill or hinder Elendi doesn't make sense based on what they know. Like Quan built him up. Like, why would you just try to kill him the last second? Like,
Right.
Like, why would you take it down before this whole journey? Like, I mean, why? Like, why would you even let it go through? Like, what? It doesn't add up. And they're of course scholars, and they're trying to think about this from a very scholarly perspective.
Yeah, but it's also an unreliable narrator.
True.
Like all history is written by unreliable narrators, right? Because everyone who records history has an agenda. I don't care who you are, you have an agenda, right? So.
It's not only that, like that's one aspect of history writing. The other aspect is false positives, I guess you would say, like where you can take something and make it true. I might have already talked about this in the previous episode, and stop me if I have. But like, I was a history major in college, so we went through like theory of history was one class you had to take, whereas like methods and theory about like how to create history and how history is created. And one of the big things they talk about is how like no one source is a great source. Like eyewitness testimony is never good. Written history is not good. Archaeology history is not good. And even when you combine all of them together, it can still be flawed. And the example they always give is like, imagine 1,000 years from now, the world's been destroyed, and sometime around now, and 1,000 years from now, someone's doing an archaeological dig in London, right? And you start doing a dig, you pull up this book about this great detective named Sherlock Holmes, right? So now you have a manuscript about this great detective named Sherlock Holmes, and he lived on a place called Baker Street. So you start doing some more. So you have the written now history, and now you start doing more digging. Hey, wait, there's a Baker Street in London. Wait, now you have archaeological proof. And you can find the house he lived in, and guess what? It's a museum for Sherlock Holmes. So you can go find artifacts of the pipe that they described in the book, and everything. Like everything started to line up. This is a real person, this mythical person, and ancient histories can be construed the wrong way because, well, you can have a whole bunch of evidence that is just about a fictional person,
right?
Eventually, it's just made up. So,
yeah, I mean, and that's true because I mean, it's not like ancient civilizations, actually said, well, all of this is in the fictional area of the library and all this stuff is in the non-fiction area of the library. It's just all in this like library, these tomes and stuff. And we're probably reading stuff being like, oh my gosh, look at what they did here, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, I was just writing about a guy. I made up a story and, he just did some stuff. And if everybody's like, oh man, that must be a religion. It's like, no, I was just, it's kind of like the whole Scientology thing, like, L. Ron Hubbard, and the guy was just like, he just write all kinds of crazy stuff and whatever. And there happened to be this one book, they just kind of created this whole religious experience for people. And
wait, that's not a real religion? You can get canceled.
I will neither confirm or deny that. Church of Scientology. My name is
if we have fans. If we have fans,
guys, be careful. I might suffer some emotional damage if you go further.
Oh, damn it! Here he goes.
No, I'm not gonna hit the button. I'm not.
Okay, it's too low hanging for you, huh?
It's too low hanging.
Nice.
Yeah. So do you think that there's some falsehoods here? One of them, either the still plates or the logbook itself. I mean, so the logbook, in theory, was written by Lindy himself, right? And these still plates seem pretty old. That were written by Quan. So I mean, I guess it's like, and they contradict each other. So, like, what's up? It's just
Again,
a big, yeah.
It's all suspect now, right? It's all
Sure.
suspect.
They get to a point and they're like, we're missing something. There was something that happened that caused Quan to flip on Elendi.
Right.
And they're going to, like, they say it's going to take years and years of research to figure that out. It's like,
Right.
are they ever going to figure it out, or are they just going to come up with their own assumption and then make that fact or history, right? And that's like what you're just talking about with how history gets created.
Right.
Because you want an answer so bad. If you're going to spend years on it, eventually you're going to come up with a freaking answer, whether you find evidence for it or not,
Yep.
Yeah.
Most of the time, anyways.
No, you're right, Will. You nailed it. That's exactly what happens. People find just enough to confirm their suspicions. I've done that when I used to be in science and engineering, and I would put these hypotheses out, and I would get just enough stuff to align with my theorems, and I was like, yep, that works.
Oh, there's
Without-
actually a term. There's a term for it. Something bias.
You know what I'm talking about.
Confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias. Yes.
Confirmation. There it is. Yep. And that's thank you, because I was really thinking it the whole time and I could not remember it. So thank you, both of you, for that.
It took all three of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
With our powers combined.
Yeah.
Yep. It takes a village. So, but yeah, I used to do it all the time, and I of course, I was much more likely to do that in my youth than when I got older, because I didn't have the patience then. I was like, oh, I just want to hurry up and get done with this thing and move on to the next thing. And I was like, oh, well, the best way for me to do that is just go ahead and just get enough evidence and just move on. But everyone does it now.
Right.
They say, they say, this is this thing that proves that whatever, and they look for like 3 articles on Google, and there's like that does it, but there's like 13,000 articles that disprove it.
But no, it takes the time, because once you find something that points to you, that confirms what you already come up with as the right answer, then you're like, oh, it's proven, and move on. And that's not true.
Yep. There's a reason why we have terrible McDonald's French fries now, is because of confirmation bias. Some guy tried to say, oh, the beef tallow that you use for the French fries is what's giving people heart attacks. Untrue. And now McDonald's has shitty French fries because of it. Well, I mean, they're still good, but not as good as the French fries I had when I was growing up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, this opens a whole other can of worms, but like when it's your job to figure out stuff like this and you're under deadlines and you're getting paid to do it, like even more reason to like find the answer, whether it's right or wrong. If it's plausible, it's good enough. And then you move on because you got other shit to worry about. And
that's such an American thing, by the way. I will definitely say that's something that is much more prevalent here in the States than overseas. I mean, other cultures that I have, interacted with and worked with, they don't buy into that. They're like, no, do the work, show all the empirical evidence, et cetera, et cetera. Did you, find everything that could contradict what you're talking about, what your theorems are, et cetera. But here in the States, we're like, we are so quick to try to jump to a conclusion as soon as possible that we're like willing to like just throw out every erratic data point just because it doesn't align with what our suspicions are. And that's just the fallacy of our culture, because we want answers now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. When you have all the world's information literally in your hand at all time, because you have access to the internet, but you also have access to all the wrong stuff too. And that's the problem. That's the double-edged story of technology.
That's true.
Where there's no filter like there would have been before the digital age. I mean, obviously, all of us grew up in a time when we're at least little or younger in an age before. I mean, I remember when the internet first came around. Before that, you had to go to the library. It was really hard to find false information in the nonfiction section in the library. Now you just go on the internet and you can find everything you want to find, whatever you want to say. Just is what it is. So, not saying that the libraries were 100% true either. Anyway,
we could go down this rabbit hole.
We can.
Sorry, all viewers. We will get off of our soapbox now. I promise.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry about that.
So they determined, like you said, they need to study more about Elendi's motives and that kind of stuff. And then we switch to Elend, who's just kind of looking over all his failures and how he just wants to protect Luthadel. He looks out, about here's a Colossus army coming in, everything's just going to crap, and what could he done differently? So he goes to Sazed and Tindril for advice. And they spent some time debating about, what he did to lose his throne, and they commend him for applaud him for sticking to his convictions. Convictions.
Convictions,
yeah, convictions, and all that stuff. So I just wanted this last part of this chapter, what your thoughts were on all this. And
yeah, I thought that it was. We know Sazed and Tindril have like a thing, right? And it's pretty deep rooted, and it goes back. I think it was interesting because it felt like Sazed was more on Elend's side, and then Tindril comes in and is like, yeah, but if you hadn't have done that, but she was much harsher. Sure. But they go through this conversation, and it gets to a point where Elend's kind of like watching them go back and forth. And then they come to a conclusion, and Tindril's like, yeah, but all in all, Elend, like, you did the right thing. It worked out the way it did. And I kind of thought about, like, Sazed and Tindril really are like a perfect match because, like, they balance each other out so well.
Absolutely. Yes.
And the conclusion they came to was like, XYZ happened, coulda, shoulda, woulda, but here we are. We appreciate your good-heartedness. This is where we are now. Take the lesson and run with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was my takeaway. I thought that was a pretty neat little interaction there, especially with the hand holding. Because Elend busted in there and was like, "Whoa, what are you guys doing?" They were like, "Oh my god."
Yep. He's gonna hit the button. You know he's gonna hit the button, right?
No.
He did not. Okay.
I'm holding back.
Okay.
I wouldn't even try to set it up.
Yeah, I think he busted in just as like
nobody expects. Yes. Absolutely.
Anyway, so also I did forget to gloss over where Elend talks to Demu about when he wants to know when the next meeting is for the Church of the Survivor, and he's like, you lost your vote, you don't have to be a member of our religion anymore. He's like, no, I still want to
join. Right.
To join.
So,
yeah.
So
I thought that was interesting.
I the only thing I didn't like about this chapter though is this whole thing where it's like, she keeps trying to challenge Elend all the time. She was like really like dismissive and like brash with him and stuff. And then he came back at her and she's like, he was like, oh, wait a minute, you're doing that purposefully to see whether or not I still respect myself or respect my status. And I was like, does she really need to do that? I don't know. That's just a personal gripe of mine. But I do like the fact though that, when it comes to those two they both interact better with everybody around them because they take the best of each other's characteristics, like Will said. And I do like that. They bring out the best of each other. And I like those two together just because of that. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll ship that. So
okay.
Good call.
Is it possible that Tindril and Straff made all his babies with Tindril?
We don't
a possibility
know at this point in time.
I'm just maybe she's hard on Elend because she was a breeder, right? And she's been with a lot of guys, and I don't like to paint that image, but she probably has a lot of dislike. She's probably come to terms with it at this point, but she probably at one point was really just so mad at the world and men in particular, or maybe she knows what men in power are like who she was breeding with. Oh, and maybe she's trying to help Elend grow into that more powerful person so that she can prevent Straff from gaining power back. That's where my mind just went there.
Okay.
Huh. I like that theory. I really do. That's good.
Yeah.
That just came
Very
to my
good.
head. But
I
We'll see.
love it. Yeah.
Raphael,
I didn't even think
guess.
about that. Yeah.
So you guys ready for the final chapter for tonight? Chapter 42, the meaning of life,
Yeah.
the universe, and everything.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I gotta give my Douglas Adams shout out. So Ellen,
Douglas. Did you
what
say
is it?
Dennis?
I said Douglas.
Oh, I think you said Dennis Adams. I was like, he's got a brother?
Douglas Adams. Hitchhiker's
I don't know
Guide.
why. I thought he said
Somewhere.
Dennis. I was like, Dennis?
I actually have that book somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Somewhere around here. Anyway, Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
yeah,
No, you're good. All right.
So yeah, Ellen's, working on trying to keep people from freezing and, help people out. That's how it kind of starts. Him talking to, trying to discover who's poisoned the city water, keep people from freezing. He's
Right.
talking to a few of the ska and kind of interviewing people. And one of them tells them that, they saw an Inquisitor in Luthadel. And yeah. So interesting.
Sus.
And of course, I immediately went to, Brother Kelsier. Sorry, Kelsier brother. What's his name? Shoot. Forgot his name.
Marsh.
Anyway. Thank you, Marsh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I immediately went to Marsh. I was like, oh, okay, Marsh is in town. Because remember, he was supposed to be coming there. It's just that, your boy Sazed had like the speed, right? But I mean, he still was heading that direction. It's just going to take him longer to get there. And I was like, okay, so Marsh is in town. All right, cool. I thought nothing of it. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it.
Interesting. Sure. So
Sure.
I
I like it.
Felt reports. So also got this guy Felt. He reports on his findings about a spy that may have been poisoning the water. And they're like,
Yeah.
well, how can people come in and out? Like we barred the city from anybody coming in and out. They're like, well, yeah. So about that, there's underground pass walls. It's like Elend's like,
Mhm.
I'm not king anymore. You just go ahead and tell me. And him, and it's Ham at this point. He's like, yeah, we got a lot of secret ways in and out of the city. Like
Right.
we pass people through all the time. It's kind of.
Uh-huh.
I know you had an order, and I know I'm supposed to be on your team, but I didn't tell you about this because it's important.
Yeah. We basically had a Marauders map that let us just like, just get in and out, just whenever we wanted, no problems, whatever,
Yeah.
It's hard to see from your high towers.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Secret passageways, which a lot of old cities have those anyway. Jerusalem
Mhm.
actually had one that's I think it's described in the Bible, and people thought it didn't exist, and then they found it. It's like an old waterway outside of the city and secret passageway there. But yeah.
That's like all old cities. I mean, every time I go to an old city anywhere in Europe, they're always like, oh, by the way, there's this secret passageway. And I'm like,
The catacombs of
It's just-
Rome. I mean, there's tons of there's-
yeah. Because they build up on stuff. They don't just like, like say, oh, okay, we're going to like dig under something. They built on top of something. It's like, well, there's already this way that goes this way, that goes out of the city. Let's just not block it up, leave it around just for like, escape purposes, et cetera, et cetera. Which of course is smart because it was probably very useful at some point in time. Good for them.
Sorry, I meant to click this one. Third Harry Potter reference night. That just reminded me. So on Halloween, I went as a Mistborn with my cool Mistborn cloak. And a kid actually came up to me and was like, what are you supposed to be? And I was like, Mistborn from
Dementor.
I was like, Mistborn. And they're like, what's that? I was like, it's a book. They're like, what's it about? Like, the kid's probably like middle school age. And I was like, Harry Potter, but a lot cooler. And he was like, oh, I gotta check it out then. I was like,
I thought you were gonna tell me the kid thought you were a Dementor. I was like really waiting for you to say that. Oh man, okay.
No, I didn't
All
think
right.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so
Wait a
they
minute,
found-
we're counting Harry Potter references. Do you know how many references we make to Lord of the Rings? I mean, we make so many references to the Song of Ice and Fire. I feel like,
and dodgeball and Monty
oh
Python.
yes, dodgeball and Monty Python. Absolutely,
We have lots of
yes.
references going on here.
What's the other one? Wait, I feel like there's another book series where we okay, Harry Potter, dodgeball. Okay, maybe just those three then. No, we'll just go with that. All right.
Go with that.
I feel like we make more references to. Oh wait, and Lord of the Rings. We make a lot of references to Lord of the Rings. Yes. All right.
100%.
There it is. All right.
All great literary works. Except for
Right.
dodgeball.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey. Speak for yourself.
Bold move, Cotton. Bold move.
That's right. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
So Ellen decides to use one of these pass walls because he wants to discreetly leave Luthadel and go meet with his boy Jastes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. Gets in a tunnel, gets his way out. And shows up the Colossus, gets taken by them, and finds a patrol and says, I need to meet with Jastes. So, any thoughts about everything leading up to this? Because there's a whole lot, but I kind of just skimmed over it because it's a whole lot.
No, let's get to the meat, baby.
The meat, yeah. This
Yeah,
is the
man.
meat. So yeah, he goes. Yeah, he goes in
I knew you were gonna say that.
pockets.
Nice, Will.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah, I mean, he goes in like they gets this tent, and they start throwing some daggers at each other right away, like, oh man, you've not aged well, and like talked about how Jastes looks, and it's
emotional damage.
4 times.
so.
Alan doesn't like to be set up. He likes to do it when Alan wants to do it.
I have to have it ready. It's otherwise. It's
There it is. That's right.
There's buttons here, and if I want comments, read the comments, then I have to go like click on the thing, scroll down, find the right one. It takes too long. That's out of the.
I'll wink my left eye when I'm
about to.
Oh,
set
nice.
up.
There you go. Yep.
Nothing wrong with you, Will?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
You got rickets over there? What's going on?
Play the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, so they meet. It doesn't go too well. Through all this interaction, basically, Ellen just calls him out. Is like, "Hey, listen, you got this giant army outside. This is unhinged, and like you have, you say you control this, like."
You got no control.
I don't believe you at all. Like I see how scared you're, man. I realize you seem like pretty not guarded well at this point. Like I don't know how many guards you had beforehand, but it seems like there's a little.
Sazed made it seem like there's a lot more human guards than there are now. That's all I'm saying.
Thanks,
Alan
Iris.
pays attention. Now he pays half price for it, though. That's all I'm saying. He pays it.
Yeah. Iris says that requires Alan to pay attention. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I felt
Anyways.
bad for the horse when he left the horse outside.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, that horse is a goner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of guards going missing.
Yeah. Speaking of guards, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he meets with Jastes, and they have a little bit of a interchange. Jastes threatens to take Ellen hostage, and Elend's like, "I'm not even king. Like, I'm not worth anything. Like, you're wasting your time." but we should totally form an alliance or something, or do something. Like, or get your cultists out of here. Do you really think like bringing cultists inside the walls of the city is a good idea? Like, do you not see what they just did to this village down the road? Like that. You have control over them, and they slaughtered the entire village.
Yep.
It's like, this is your home.
Yeah, this is your home. Like, you really want this? Like, and yeah, have a little altercation. Eventually, Ellen has enough, stands up and just stabs the shit out of Justice.
Man, right in the shoulder. He's like, got him. Good for him. Yeah. I mean, Elend really stepping up after losing his throne or seat. We'll call it the seat.
Yeah.
I love Elend now. I mean, he's got the confidence. He's got the bravado. He's got a little like kind of a cavalier side to him, going back to kind of Kelsier. But I mean, because he really should not be doing this. He went by himself, like unaccompanied. You shouldn't be doing this. But yet and still, he's just like, I'm gonna go out here. I'm just gonna see what the people talking about. I'm gonna go out here and see what Jassie's talking about. And I mean, Walt's up. There is no reason why these guys had to bring him to Jasty. So I mean, literally, they could have been like, "No, we're not going to take you to him, and we're going to slaughter you right now." I mean, it would have been a second thought.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously are getting to a point where he's losing control of them. If they're killing his guards, etc.
Yeah.
You know, without fear of retribution.
Yeah.
But I like Elend is like standing up, doing his own thing, and then this whole, you know, kind of just measuring things and saying, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, take my boy out, take Jasties out here. I'm gonna go ahead and just hit him in the shoulder because I feel like I can't. This reasoning thing's not gonna work.
Right.
And so he's like, let me do something else and just force the situation, force the issue, right?
I mean, he's trying to tell him the truth. Like, hey, listen, you're an idiot. Like, you see,
which he
control this. You can't. And at this point, Jesse calls for his guards. Like, I'll kill you for that. Blah blah. He's like, oh yeah. Then headbutts one of the guards or someone that takes out the leg of the other one and jumps forward and just stabs Jasties, and then takes him with the throat, knife to the throat. As the guards all rush in saying like, no, I'm leaving right now. Like, you can't do shit about me. Like I'll take you to the edge. And he notices too, when he gets to the edge of the human part of the camp and crosses the line to the Kolos part, the guards don't follow him because they're terrified.
Right.
They're terrified to go.
Right.
To
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not a good look. Jasty's, if he makes it to the end of the book, I'll be surprised. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Just to add my 2 cents there, going back to the conversation with Sazed and Tindwell with Elend, and how, he went through this whole experience of losing power and learning from the lesson. Like, I think at one point he says like, "Oh, so you mean like to be a good leader, I have to tell a bunch of lies?" And he's being sarcastic, but he's also like, yeah, you have to do, like, you can't be totally good and noble, to maintain power. You have to do some bad stuff. And so he goes in and just doesn't waste any time with Justice. He sees the conversation's not going well, and he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna stab the dude. And Elend, like, it's no more like good boy Elend. It's hardened Elend,
right?
Because he's been through that whole experience. The other thing,
he's lost patience at this point. He doesn't have time for this.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. The other thing that I wanted to call out is the Kolos. When he's walking through, he notices that they're all wearing clothes now, that they picked up from the city that they ransacked.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all fitting weird because some of them don't fit, or some of them it's too baggy or whatever. And he thinks to himself, did the Kolos put on the clothes to look more civilized because that's what, people do? And are the Kolos gaining more of like a, logical, rationale or way of thinking? And also that ties into how when he walks in, he's like, take me to your leader. And they just kind of look and they're like, okay. And so they're thinking like, this Justice guy isn't really like, and this Elend guy, he might be a better leader for us. Maybe we should like listen to him, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So those were the two, like hardened Elend, and then like the Kolos could be potentially like learning more and becoming more logical or rational, if you will, but definitely not anywhere close to where they should be. But
right. That whole idea though of Elend being more revered, of course, is going to come into play in the next little part that's getting ready to come up right now, when he leaves or is about to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a good thought. You got good thoughts on that, Will. Good
Yeah.
call. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just my 2 cents there.
Oh, good 2 cents though. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ellen, like I said, pushes Jesse's back into his own camp, goes into the Colossus camp, and he's walking out around a bunch of Colossus that are looking at him like that this might not be a good idea. His horse is gone, which obviously
Yeah.
not a good thing. And Ellen
Poor
starts to think
horse.
about how the Colossus treat themselves and how they attack people and attack each other, and thinks about Colossus culture and like thinks like this is definitely a spur of the moment type decision, but it's like I'm gonna straight up just take out one of these Colossus. Like it's it reminds me of like almost like jail mentality, like find the biggest guy in the yard and take him out, so you can show you're a badass when you're in first day in jail kind of thing, like so no one messes with you. And it's almost that he picks a smaller one, obviously, because a bigger one would probably just crush Ellen in a second.
Right.
So he picks a small one out and just without saying anything, just attacks him.
Mm-hmm.
Puts him a good
I
fight
really-
though.
He does
Yeah,
his
I didn't
thing.
really
He holds
understand why.
he holds his own. He
Mhm.
holds his own, which is good for him. Was that Will?
I didn't really like understand like why. Like I don't know.
Oh, because he had no horse, right? So he has to walk out of there. He hasn't been offered protection. It's not like Jastes was like went out and was like, "Hey,
Let him pass
let
through.
him go
Walk him
and
out.
let him pass through." Blah blah blah. There's a good possibility that any of the Kolos could have been like, "No, this is easy eating," right?
Yeah.
So the best thing he could do in that moment, especially since he has no horse to get away on, is to show some type of dominance. And the best thing to do in their culture is to kill one of them, or just not necessarily kill, battle one and win.
Right.
So
I
that's what he
just
did.
remembered what he says afterwards too.
Yeah, because they all looking at him, staring at him. He's like, "He ate my horse."
He ate my
They're
horse.
like- and they're all like, "Okay, that makes sense." Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
Checks out.
because they all they understand that logic works out in their head, right?
Yeah.
Now he had no evidence of that, but hey, he's gonna just say that, like, "Oh, you ate my horse," and there you go.
Yeah.
And that basically secured his ability to walk out of the camp.
yeah,
Not before he figures out some interesting information, though.
yeah. He kills one of them, takes his sword, then pulls the pouch off, opens the pouch up, and looks inside and goes, "He's paying them."
All right,
That's weird.
so that's the dump of the chapter
Mhm.
or the section that we're reading here.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what is it? I immediately thought to myself, it's not Atium. And the reason I said that is because what would they do with Atium? They're not Allomancers. Atium to somebody who is not an Allomancer and who is not in the aristocracy isn't going to care so much. So
Mhm.
I was like, it's got to be something else. But what would Kolos do with currency? These don't seem like the kind of people who are like out here trading coins and stuff. It's got to have some type of value that they recognize. So I have
Pokemon
no
cards.
idea what it is. Yep, that's what it's got to be. It's got to be.
Pokemon cards.
It was 2 Charizard cards, and they were like, "Yep, finally, I got the Squirtle and the Snorlax I've been looking for this whole time."
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
It's a currency for my kids at least, just pay them Pokemon
oh
cards.
shit, that's currency from anybody who grew up in the '80s past, or any kid who just
it's
grew
big
up.
now. It's big now.
Oh shit, yeah, it's $10,000 for a freaking Charizard card. I mean,
Pogs.
yeah,
It's Pogs.
Yeah.
That's
be.
going way back.
There's a lot of Beanie Babies in there. That's what it was.
Squirrel.
So
So
I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's Atium though. I
Okay.
think it's I don't know though. But I'm still trying to figure out what currency would the Kolos care about unless they could use it, trade that currency in for something that's really valuable to them.
Mhm.
Because everything they want, they can just take, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know silver coins or something doesn't make much sense to me. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. What would you think, man?
I don't know, man. Honestly, like I just love how they stop it right before they tell you what's in the pouch. So
Yeah,
it's a
good
lot of
cliffhanger.
question marks. I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's a chance it could be ATM, but I think I think it's too obvious. But
Yeah, I
don't want to rule it out.
Nice. What's in the box? Nice.
Yeah.
There it is.
I mean, they could be aware of the monetary value of ATM, but I would like to think it's neither ATM nor some sort of currency, and it's some other curveball that we're not even aware of.
Right.
That is valuable to the Koloss, like you said.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just question marks. I don't know what else it could be. Maybe maybe some skooma. I don't know.
Yeah.
Skooma?
Skyrim. Did you guys ever play Skyrim?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I've never played it.
Oh,
I've never played it.
it's a
Oh,
skooma.
wow. Okay. I didn't know what skooma was. Sorry. You lost me on that one.
Skooma was like the meth
The currency?
of Skyrim.
Oh, it's not
Okay,
the math. It was like
gotcha.
all like the crackheads, like guys, scuba.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got any
nice. Okay.
skooma?
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe the Koloss.
I
just
once
like
was
to
an
get fucked up.
adventurer like you, and then took an arrow in the knee.
Then I got hooked on skooma.
I got hooked on scuba.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, maybe when I get this PC built, I'll be able to like play some of those games. I just haven't gotten around to playing a lot of stuff. So.
Yeah, Skyrim's great.
Skyrim's good.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
an older
Cool.
game, but it holds up. It's still great to play.
Okay.
Still good. Yeah,
Yeah, we had this conversation about it, and I've heard that it's brutal, but I hear it's like fun.
it's fun. It's
The
fun.
gameplay is really good.
Yeah, I've heard.
The
The
actual gameplay is
storyline's
great.
the storyline's fun. It's great. It's fun.
Okay. I look forward to it.
So, anyways, so that's how we end this chapter with what's in the bag. What's in the
What's
bag?
in the box?
What's in the bag?
Yeah.
I got
Maybe
lost
it's
looking
the
for the
bones
Fortress of
of-
Solitude. You get lost looking for the Fortress. Solitude's just north. You just go north until you,
Just go really far north.
or you can just buy a carriage for like $5 and it'll take you to Solitude. Anyway, it's a long walk if you're gonna walk there. That's for sure. But anyway, that's. But yeah. So, any final thoughts or anything else in your notes that you had that we missed?
Oh, good question. So why would the Kolos care about being paid? What do they have to buy? And I said think about it. Ellen shows more king-like characteristics now, not being king, than he did when he was king.
It's good. That's a good take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Anything from you, Will? Anything we missed or anything you... Okay.
No. This is a lot of juice, a lot of build up, but
Mhm.
I enjoyed these chapters.
I did too. Yeah,
You can feel the
I enjoy these
tension starting
chapters
to
more
grow.
than the last. Yeah, I feel I enjoy these chapters a lot more than the last. I want to say 4 episodes of the show. I love the dynamics between the characters and everything. They're focusing less on the spy craft and getting to the weeds of things. And then I love the fact that because this whole manufacturer thing between Vin and Zane, I hadn't been buying it up until this point in time where she woke up and really thought that might have been Elend. And I was like, oh, now there's a possibility that there's these subtle characteristics that the two are kind of similar to each other. And now I can kind of buy it. Because I've been saying up until now, I didn't buy into this whole love triangle thing. But now I'm in. So, yeah, I feel like these 4 chapters really changed my perspective of the whole book. Yeah.
I see more Kelsier style plans coming now that Elend isn't on the throne and he's back with the crew. So I'm looking forward to what's coming next now that he's gone and talked to the Koloss army leader. And you take that feedback back to Ham and friends, and there's about to be some bloodshed. I think
that's inevitable.
It's inevitable, right?
Yeah.
So, Rappo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rappo.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, favorite character?
Oh man. Can I say my favorite couple, of course, right now is Sazed and Tinwell. I kind of like
Tinwell.
those two, right? I like those
That's
two.
good. It's a good take. It's a good take.
I like the couple. I mean, if I don't know what the couple name would be. Chat, please help me out on a couple name for Sazed and Tinwell. Sadewell,
Sazewell?
Tinzed. Yeah, I don't know. Something. Come up with something.
Tased.
But I like Tased. I'm good with that too. But yeah, I like the couple together. I mean, individually they're good, they're okay, but I like them together. The dynamic is really, really cool. Love
Did
it.
you say Sazed is just okay individually?
Emotional damage.
You're at your limit.
5. All right.
I love Sazed. Don't do this to me.
Sazed is good people. That's true. Yes, I will accept that. Sazed is good people. But I love the two of them together. I love the dynamic between those two. Yeah. So if I'm allowed to do that, I'm going to choose the couple.
You can do that. That's fine. The couple.
Thank you. All right.
Tinzed.
Tenzed.
As Zulz points out. Tinzed.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Will.
Ellen's horse. Ellen's horse.
Oh, sip
Pour
to the
one out.
horse.
Yeah.
Rest in
Sip to the
peace.
horse.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
Cheers.
Yeah. A poor animal going into the jaws of death without any understanding of what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He or she had an important job and they carried it out well. So
Yep.
Yeah. I would say Breeze, but since Breeze is not an option in these chapters, I'll have to go with Ham. Just because Ham keeping the secrets from Elend because he realizes that some things are more important than that, including keeping the passwords open. Despite it being wrong, I liked Ham in this chapter. He was good. These chapters. I would pick someone off the wall. I could pick Ellen. That's the easy softball one, but yeah.
Right.
But pick someone else.
By the way, I'm going to be corny and say this drink goes out for all my ponies out there.
Oh. There you go.
Sorry, I had to puns. Sorry.
Yeah. So next week we'll be doing 3 chapters. 43, 44, 45.
Right.
The week after that, before we record, so we'll do next Sunday, and then that following week, sometime during that week, is when we have to do a live recording because chapter 47.
Is that Thanksgiving week?
No.
Or is that the week after Thanksgiving?
No, it'll be the week before
that's like
Thanksgiving.
the 20th, the 19th.
No, it'll be the Thanksgiving week when we record the chapter, so it'll be the 19th when we record the chapter. But we'll do the live reaction sometime. The week of the 13th or what, like sometime that week.
Okay.
If that works for you, we could do like a Wednesday or Thursday or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, it'll just be listening to a chapter.
The only day I can't do Wednesday's date night. So
Okay,
can't do
Thursday.
Wednesdays.
We can do Thursday.
Yes, please.
All right. Thursday works for me.
Should work for me.
Yeah, it's just chapter 47 is what I want to do, but it's the middle chapter that we're doing that week. So I don't know how we're going to do that. I guess we can listen to the 46 and 47, then you guys can finish 48 on your own before we.
Okay. That works.
Okay.
Go.
Cool. So we'll next week though, it's like I said, 43, 44, and 45. So yeah. Any final thoughts before I kind of do my sign off thing?
Oh, you're gonna do sign off. Hooray.
Yeah. So how you get found is thecosmereads.com, where you can find links to all fun stuff like our Discord, our merchandise, our Patreon. If you want to come watch us do a live reaction to a fantastic chapter, you do have to join the Patreon. Unfortunately, it's going to be for Patreon.
Not
only.
unfortunately.
Fortunately.
Yes.
Update your spreadsheet. What, Alan? Update your spreadsheet, Alan. I'm confused. Anyway, yeah. So, find another button. Is that? I need to find more buttons. Apparently, I'll be
okay.
more buttons to find.
Nice.
But yeah. So So yeah, so come go ahead and go to the website, find ways to get to our Discord. It's the Will of Reeds Discord, but we have a section for Cosmere. It's great. It's fantastic. Come join it. Follow us on all social medias, all that good stuff. And like, subscribe, obviously. Helps the algorithm, feeds the algorithm gods, and helps promote this channel so more people can find us. Also, go to Twitter so you can enter to win a book, because why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a free book. So, yeah, and that's all I got for this week. And I do have an outro. So, see you guys later. Thank you for watching the Cosmere Reads.
God stinks, God stay fresh. God stinks, God stay fresh.